that, I will ensure I abide by Article 232 of our Constitution, which talks about the values and principles of public service. And the values on principles of public service, the issue of fairness, fair competition and merit on the basis of the opportunities and promotions. Honourable Speaker, I can confirm I have not devoted or defrauded anybody on matters rent or matters concerning private business or private engagement. Land and buildings, about 40 million. Family residence, 60 million. SACCO and savings, 15 million. Share from private company, 250 million. Motor vehicles, about 12 million. A total of 377 million.
Have you ever been convicted of an offense in a court of law?
No. We work very closely with the leadership of the Parliament, National Assembly and the both Senate in terms of the committees, the departmental committees.
The question was, will you be bossy, condescending and arrogant?
I will not, Honourable Speaker. You will not see such kind of character from me.
Also appearing before the Committee of Appointments was nominee for Ministry of Gender, Culture, Arts and Heritage, Hannah Wendot Cheptumo, the widow of the late Baringo Senator William Cheptumo.
I see a lot of it is because of dependency. If girls were able to have economic power, they would not depend on either gender. Sometimes you find them in places where they are exposed because they are trying to get alternative source of income. We also have challenges to do with, I've said education. Education, yes. If a woman is educated, chances are that they will avoid some of these challenges which are there in the society. So we need to encourage our girls.
The girls who have been killed in Airbnbs are in universities. They're educated.
They're educated, but those ones are looking for money. Yes. You know, a girl has many needs.
Point of order. Point of order.
Yes,
Yeah, point of order.
Honorable Mishi.
Honorable Chairman, it is not good to say that those girls are looking for money, and that is why they're brutally murdered. We have seen so many other women who have been murdered, and not in those circumstances. So it is very wrong to say that those women who have been found, they have been butchered, their body dismembered, put in a sack, that they were doing that for money.
Taken.
The conflict resolution on the ground comes because the challenges of insecurity is because of income. The cows which are stolen from Baringo, for example, are stolen because of bride price. They are taking those cows so that they can pay dowry for another wife. So how to deal with that one is to encourage, first of all, to try and deal with this issue of you must give out 20 cows. For me, even Cheptumo did not pay the 2, and I am still married to him. So you don't have to have 20 cows.
Super petrol, diesel and kerosene prices went down by 1.9 shillings, 2.2 shillings and 2.4 shillings per litre respectively in the latest Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority EPRA review announced on Monday. The new prices taking effect April 15th through May 14th will see a litre of super petrol go for 174.63 in Nairobi, while diesel will sell at 164.86 shillings. Kerosene will meanwhile cost 148.99 shillings in the capital. In Mombasa, the cost is at 171.39 shillings for petrol, 161.62 shillings for diesel, and 145.75 shillings for kerosene.
The budgetary process of IEBC
Now, the IEBC selection panel chaired by Dr. Nelson Makanda continued with the interviews for commissioners in Nairobi on Monday. Mary Karen Chesang Kigen and Mary Njeru Mburu were among the candidates interviewed by the panel, with less than 2 weeks to go to the conclusion. The panel shortlisted 105 men and women for the 6 vacant electoral bodies commissioner positions. The month-long interviews kicked off on March 24th and will end on 24th of April 2025.
The budgetary process of IEBC, I would believe it follows the procedural process of other budgets. Because when you are coming up with a budget, what is a budget? Budget is funding. So you associate all the activities you are going to do to a budget because they'll cost things. If you are planning to carry out an election, the mandate of IEBC is they conduct the elections, they supervise the elections, and each of those have got a cost. So you attribute or you associate each of the costs with the activity, and that is where budgetary comes in. So if I am given a budget is not a figure that is placed on people. It is built up of activities. So you have so many activities. You have risk control. You have technology procurement. You have got human resources. You have training. All those add up into budget. So the budgetary procedure will be, first of all, take stock of what activities are involved, what activities are being carried out.
Limitation of boundaries is late. The NADCO report proposed parliamentary process so that we can have the delimitation. I'll propose that one if times allows, because if you go through the long process, we'll not be able, so unless you go through the process. Then secondly, from Kriegler all the way, elections are won at the polling station, or won or lost at the polling station. So that elections, Kenyans should know that the Form 34A at the polling station is the results, and we're going to uphold that one. The rest is transmission.
Government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura has said that the drama festivals that was scheduled for last week in Nakuru was highly politicized. Mwaura said that playwright Cleophas Malala should be blamed for using children for his own political gains. He also criticized the police for using tear gas canisters on children and journalists during the festivals, at the same time calling on Kenyans to ignore the financial bill that is being disseminated online, saying that the financial bill for the year 2025-2026 has not yet been presented in Parliament, and if presented, citizens will be involved through public participation.
To political cause on account of saying that he's a thespian, is a playwright of many years. No, that is not acceptable. We know very well if it would have been any other person, that would not have been in question. But the person involved in this whole issue has had a fallout with the current administration. At some point, he was a senior official, attending even cabinet, and he has used this opportunity to fight back the government, using our children, and of course, as a front. And that is playing drama, using drama to play drama. I mean, how do you do that? How do you front children and then claim that they are the ones who, are being attacked? It is regrettable, of course, that our police used tear gas against the journalists and also the children. That is regrettable. And as a government, we would want to say that is not acceptable, and action shall be taken accordingly. However, it is important to set the record straight that matter has been highly politicized, and of course, every other Tom, Dick, and Harry, they have jumped in, to mince political mileage out of it. It's unfortunate, and we will not tolerate, as a government, going forward, such behavior. The rules must be followed. Teachers must ensure that they have the right people who train their children. Contrary to misinformation circulating online, the 2025-2026 budget process is still underway. No finance bill 2025 has been proposed, drafted, or tabled in Parliament. As per established timelines, revenue-raising measures such as a finance bill only follow the release of the draft budget after April 30th. Kenyans will be fully engaged through public participation once the finance bill is officially submitted to Parliament. The government unequivocally states that there is no finance bill 2025 tabled anywhere yet, and such outrageous claims should be shunned. And we are calling upon the members of the press to help us so that we do not spread propaganda. Accordingly, Kenyans will have the opportunity to interrogate any revenue-raising measure through a thorough public participation only after the draft budget and finance bill have been released by the National Treasury and submitted to.
3 people have lost their lives while others seriously injured in a grisly accident at Kwambira along Nairobi-Nakuru Highway on Monday morning. The crash occurred after a 14-seater matatu belonging to Trippin Luxury heading to Nairobi collided with a canter. A witness, Patrick Masharia, blamed the incident on overspeeding by the matatu driver. Notably, another fatal accident occurred on Thursday at the same spot where 5 people died when their private 14-seater vehicle rolled multiple times after a tire burst that caused the driver to lose control.
Unakuta mtu anakuja kabisa bio, naye mwingine anakuja anakanyanga breki. Kwa hivyo anashtukia mara moja kuna kitu mwenzake amekanyanga. Kwa hivyo hapa suruhisho hapa sio kitu kingine, ni madereva wawe waangalifu. Waache tu kuoverlap na waache tu kuja na speed na waache overtaking. Kwa maana hapa ukiovertaking hauoni mwenzako pale vile amekuja, na hiyo ndio inaleta shida kubwa hapa.
The users of our roads to prioritize safety and also to observe speed limits, as well as paying attention to the roads they are using. That is to mean to be aware of the road conditions, especially at this time when we have rainy season.
President William Ruto on Monday met religious leaders from Kiambaa, Kabete and Thika in Kiambu County. The head of state said the country calls for concerted efforts from all sections of leadership, including political and religious leaders. Ruto also waved a red flag on what he termed as rumors to bring the country down.
Lakini sisi, I thank God tuko na wewe. Na umekuwa ukishikilia kanisa sana.
I want to encourage you as the clergy of our nation. We have a great nation. Let us not bring it down with rumors, negative energy, vitu ambayo haisaidii. Yeah? And that is why I'm focused. Because it is what it is, and that is how we are going to change this nation. So msikuwe na wasiwasi, hii maneno yote hii iko namna hiyo na tutaendelea. Na Mungu atatujalia, because our intentions are good and we want to do what is right for our nation.
There is no way there can be a state separate from the church. Na kwa hivyo hii urafiki lazima idumu. Mkipiga kona na sisi tunapiga, tukipiga na nyinyi mnapiga, we have to walk this journey together. Hii kazi tulifanya pamoja, Your Excellency. Hawa watu walikuchagua na for sure, kwa sababu Kiambu ndio iliongoza kuchagua. Nataka kuamini ya kwamba influence ya wachungaji na kuwaga juu sana. Mnaweza ambia Wakristo wako tusiende hapo na wakose kuenda. So kwa hivyo mimi kama mama county na mimi nasema we are going to exist and exist with you. Na mkipiga kona tunapiga na nyinyi, na sisi tukipiga mnapiga na sisi. We have to work together to bring this country together, ndio tutakapofika pale mwisho we give God all the glory. Kwa hivyo tuko hapa siku hii ya leo tukisema tunafanya hii kazi pamoja to deliver our country to where God wanted us to be. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Rais, watu wa Kiambu wanakuamini na ndio sababu wakakupatia kura zao hivyo.
Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale is assuring governors of a better working relationship as opposed to his predecessors, promising frequent consultations with the realization that health is a devolved function. Speaking to the media after a high-level consultative meeting between governors and the CS, which also served as a familiarization meeting, which was the first since he assumed the ministry, Duale said there had been so many gaps in the relaying of information, as well as actioning on what had been agreed upon, insisting there needs to be a swift change to create not only a bond and synergy between the two levels of government, but to also give way for the full implementation of the universal health coverage, which to him is still lagging behind.
For the Ministry of Health programs to succeed and to secure the health well-being of our citizens, our collaboration, our commitment, our partnership with the Council of Governors and the 47 county governments, health CECs is paramount. And that's why I have come here. Chairman, I want you to look for me an office around here. Because the majority, the 47 governors are here and I'm only one. I am ready to come and attend all the meetings here.
We are, as a Council of Governors, extremely pleased with the Minister's suggestions, responses, and commitments. Our challenge with the Ministry of Health has not been agreeing with them or reaching agreements. Our challenge has been honoring those agreements, implementing them, following them through. And now we have assurance, and we feel it, that whatever we agree will be followed through, will be bulldozed, inshallah, and will be implemented.
Listening to Waziri, we have made some very, very positive progress. And my plead is to the President. President William Ruto, kindly let this minister stay here. There is too much movement and we are in the critical stage of implementation of UHC. Give him some time to acclimatize and to be able to push this program for the sake of Kenyans and for us within the counties who know that this constant change sometimes becomes detrimental.
At the same time, Aden Duale, the CS for Health, has reiterated the ministry's commitment to settling pending bills by the 14th day of every month in a move to ensure medical services provision remains uninterrupted. In a meeting with the Council of Governors and other stakeholders in the health sector, Duale said all pending bills that have been confirmed to be legal will be settled and no corruption will be seen while he is in charge.
And I've assured the country last time when I took that every 14th day of the month, everybody will be paid. In this meeting, there is an acting CEO of SHA, there is an acting CEO of the Digital Health. I want to confirm to the nation, we have paid all facilities who posted their claim regularly and legally. We will weed out corruption, we will weed out fraud. And I want to say it so that they hear the facilities. This morning we have stopped a facility in one of the counties that has claimed to have done 10 surgeries. And when we go, the system will trace the doctor, and the doctor said, I am 500 kilometers away from that facility. You can see the kind of fraud that facility is going, and we will get more. And I finally want to thank the Council of Governors for welcoming me. I want to assure you that unlike what you went through, please make sure that that what we have asked, for example, we asked the Council Governors, and they'll provide us this afternoon. There are about 2,900 public facilities run by our 47 counties, which have not been registered. We want them to be registered.
Equity Group Holdings Chief Executive Officer Dr. James Mwangi has called on students under the Wings to Fly scholarship program to harness innovation, manage time wisely, and make sound decisions as a foundation for successful future. Speaking at the 16th Annual Regional Education and Leadership Congress held at the Mama Ngina Girls Secondary School, Dr. Mwangi addressed over 1,800 Form 3 and Form 4 scholarship recipients, urging them to position themselves at the forefront of the fourth industrial revolution. The Congress coming in the wake of various innovative technologies that continue to shape the world, including artificial intelligence, was held under the theme, The Innovation Generation, Igniting Ideas, Creating Impact.
Was ahead of you. You are now the AI generation, or the artificial intelligence, where machines are competing with the people in terms of intelligence. Simply, man has created machines that are threatening to be more intelligent than human beings, and being able to do what human beings cannot do. And this is the power of great things like big data, analyzing data, and looking at what the story data tells. And we, from those stories, we can do predictions, we can do discoveries, we can do innovations, and you are that generation. So you shouldn't miss the opportunity to be part of your generation, the generation of the fourth industrial technologies. It is important you get hooked to those technologies. You notice when we were in school, like you are, there are no mobile phones. You might think mobile phones were always there. We grew in an era there were no mobile phones. It was only landlines. Can you imagine today living in this world without a mobile phone?
Now, the National Assembly has approved enough funds to complete the construction of stadiums across the country. The chairman of the National Assembly's Committee on Sports and Culture, Dan Wanyama, who is also member of Parliament for Webuye West, said they now expect contractors to be on site and complete the stadiums while asking county governments to settle pending bills. He noted that Kenya has already paid the hosting rights for African Nations Championships CHAN, which will be held in August this year, and is also warming up to host the African Cup of Nations in 2027, noting that legislators will not allow the chance to host CHAN to slip away from Kenya, which will also attract heavy penalties.
Tumekubaliana vile rais alisema ya kwamba zile pending bills zilipwe na county government, na saa hii tuko na contract mpya ya kumalizia stadium. Na sisi kama watu wa Western Region, sisi ndio tunacheza mpira. Kwa hivyo hii ni furaha kwetu. Hii stadium ikiisha ndio tuendelee na hizi talanta zetu zenye tuko nazo kama watu wa Western. Na hii stadium ikiisha itasaidia kaunti zingine zenye ziko hapa karibu.
Here at the Buhungu Stadium to see the work that has done, I want to commend that at least there is a sign of some good work going on. And I want to appreciate the previous county government that has done quite much, and the national government is coming in to do the finishing. And so far, the scope of work that has been explained to us, we are confident as a committee that it will meet the deadline.
Now, the Kenya Ports Authority men volleyball team has promised to clinch the title of this year's Men's African Volleyball Championship that will be held in Misurata, Libya. The 14-day continental showdown, organized by the Confederation of African Volleyball, kicks off on April 17th and features 32 top-tier clubs from across Africa. KPA will represent Kenya alongside the General Service Unit GSU and Prisons Kenya. This marks KPA's 5th appearance at the championship, having qualified after finishing third in the 2023-2024 Kenya Volleyball Federation Men's National League playoffs. Speaking during a flag-off ceremony held at the Makupa Welfare Center, KPA General Manager for Infrastructure Development Engineer Matthew Samuti praised the team's progress and urged them to uphold professionalism and discipline while representing the country.
And one of the key areas we have highlighted is that this team, being a brand ambassador for the authority and the country as a whole, is to maintain a lot of team discipline and uphold the standards for the country and for the KPA as a whole.
We came here to support KPA as they take off to Libya. We are wishing them well. They are capable of doing our turning tables in Libya. Despite the political upheaval in the country, I think the western side is okay. And so this is a team that did very well last time. We expect them now to lift the trophy.
I really thank the management for the opportunity of training. We've been having training for like 2 weeks, which has really boosted our morale and our performance, I suppose. In Libya, the tournament will be tough because every team that will be there, they are champions in their own countries. We are also champions in our country. So we are going to meet other champions from other countries. So the tournament will be tough.
The training has been good. We've been given enough time to train. And we are hoping that this time in Libya, we are going to make some improvements compared to the performance of the previous years. And the team spirit is high, and we are optimistic that we are going to get a good performance compared to last year.
All right, allow me to wrap it up at that point. Thank you very much for watching. I know earlier on when we began the show, I introduced Laura on our sign language interpretation, and she's not here with us tonight, but tomorrow she will be back. So thank you very much for your support and for watching. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. Have yourselves a wonderful night ahead.